Kingsman Baseball is on the air.
Fly ball, center fielder on the run. He can't get to it. That's going to roll to the wall. It'll be extra bases. High fly ball, deep left. That thing is smoke. You got to have a passport to catch that.
Kingsman Baseball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A, Cherry Road, Rock Hill. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company, open happiness. Olive Garden, when you're here, your family. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. And by Substation 2, Cherry Road, Rock Hill, across from Winthrop University. Slice, 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 garden, garden, garden. We'll take a look at today's game, bring you the starting lineups, and hear from Kingsman Baseball head coach Joe Hudak on the Kingsman Baseball pregame show. Now, here is the radio voice of Kingsman Baseball, Stephen Stone.
And welcome back out to your comprehensive high school, everyone. I'm Stephen Stone. Griffin is doing the public address duties in the nightcap of our doubleheader. Kingsman coming off of a Game 1 8-7 win over the visiting Queen City Corndogs. We'll come back. We'll give you the starting lineups. Coaches meeting at the plate right now for the ground rules on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
Oh, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheese are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
And the Kingsmen take the field as we get ready for the nightcap of our doubleheader. Starting lineup for the visiting Queen City Corndogs. Their center fielder, Evan McIntyre, will start things off. He's followed by Michael Kraft, the right fielder. Neil Griffin is at shortstop in the number 3 hole. Jacob Grimes is in left batting cleanup, followed by the first baseman, Louis Hill. Drew Wheeler is the second baseman. Keontae Booker, the third baseman, followed by the extra hitter, Charlie Davis. The DH is Griffin Pickard, and the number 10 man is Owen Miller, the catcher. McIntyre, Kraft, Griffin, Grimes, Hill, Wheeler, Booker, Davis, Pickard, and Miller for the Corndogs. Their starting pitcher in Game 2 is Hunter Gressel for your Kingsmen. They'll lead things off with the second baseman, Josh Jackson. He's followed by Gino Lazzari, the shortstop. Perry Dyer will bat third and play third. Vince Santostefano is in center field, hitting cleanup, followed by Ethan Bonacore, the right fielder. Mason Salisbury gets the start again in Game 2 behind the plate, followed by Cannon Jackson, the extra hitter. Tonight's Game 2 DH is Jack Davis in the number 8 spot. Number 9 man is Cole Canty, the left fielder, and Davis Anders is at first base, rounding out the order. Jackson, Lazzari, Dyer, Santostefano, Bonacore, Salisbury, Jackson, Davis, Canty, and Anders for your Kingsmen. Starting pitcher is Trip Balaban. So that is the starters for Game 2. Kingsmen, coming off of an 8-7 Game 1 win, have now won 3 in a row since coming home from Alaska and are back at 500 on their season. And the sun's still shining as we're at 81 degrees right now, and Evan McIntyre being introduced. So we're ready to go with game number 2 here on the Kingsman Baseball Network, and we thank you for making us a part of your Thursday evening. So McIntyre, right-hand hitter, stepping in to face the right-handed stylings of Balaban. First pitch at 8:17 Eastern is high for ball one. We are underway. Kingsman looking to make it 4 in a row with this game and a win. 1-0 offering. Inside, high and tight, 2-0. Michael Kraft on deck to be followed by Neil Griffin. Top of the first, just underway in Game 2. Kingsman 8-7 winners in Game 1 tonight here at York Comprehensive High School. Olabon with the 2-0 delivery. Misses, 3-0. Tight strike zone early on in this one. 3-0 offering on the way. Swing and a miss. 3-1 the count. The Queen City Corndogs, formerly the Carolina Vipers. A new name and a new ballpark. That's high and tight for ball 4. So leadoff man is aboard. That'll bring up Michael Kraft, the right fielder.
Right fielder number 4, Michael Kraft.
Kingsman infield will go to double play depth. Around the horn for the Kingsmen, Anders at first, Jackson is at second, Lazari at short, and Dyer is at third. The outfield from left to right is Canty, Santostefano, and Bonacore, and Mason Salisbury behind the plate. That one gets the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Runner being held at first by Davis Anders. Short lead. 0-1 offering coming up. Sets at the belt from the stretch. Kicks and deals. There goes the runner and a comebacker off the pitcher. Safe at second. Throw to first is in time. So a little bit of pain there. Was off the rump of the pitcher on the comebacker, but score that 1-3. That'll bring on Neil Griffin. The runner advancing to second base.
Shortstop number 3, Neil Griffin.
So Griffin steps in. Cleanup man on deck. That's Jacob Grimes. Top of the first, just underway. Game 2 of 2 here tonight in York. Sunset beginning. Swing and a miss for a strike. 0-1 the count. Kingsman will enjoy a Friday night off and back to work on Saturdays. We'll hit the road to Forest City, North Carolina to face the Owls. It's a 7:30 first pitch, 7:15 pregame with yours truly and Griffin Leonard. High and away, 1-1. Runner at second with 1 out. Outfield straight away. There goes the runner down to third. The throw is not in time. Stolen base and ball 2. So Corndogs aggressive on the base paths early as McIntyre picks up the stolen base. Pitch is high and tight. 3-1 the count. Short lead to third by the runner McIntyre. Pops him up. Center fielder going back, and he's going to play it off the wall. That'll be extra bases. The game's first run is in, and a RBI double for Neil Griffin, who goes in standing up with 1 out here in the top of the first. And that'll bring on Jacob Grimes, the left fielder.
Left fielder number 27, Jacob Grimes.
He shot that to straightaway center. San Stefano playing it off the wall perfectly to hold him to a double. It's 325 down the lines here in York. About 365 to straightaway center. That one's high and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Louis Hill, the first baseman, waiting on deck. Number 5 man in the order. Left-hand hitter is Grimes. Tripp looks in, sets at the belt, checks the runner at second, comes to the plate. Outside corner, called strike, 1-1 the count. So Kingsman in an early 1-0 hole here in the top of the first. On the RBI double by Neil Griffin. 1-1 offering on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Grimes will back out, readjust, and get back in. Well, that's a bit of a wild pitch, and that'll advance the runner down to third. 2-2 the count. One on, one out. Runner at third, 1-0 our score. Queen City in front. Here's the 2-2 offering. Fly ball, right field. That's got the right fielder on the run. That'll be extra bases as it goes to the wall. And the Corndogs having some top of the first inning batting practice here. A stand-up double, back-to-back. Makes it a 2-0 game. The Bonacore runs it down. And here is Louis Hill, the first baseman.
Louis Hill.
And here comes Joe Hudak. He's going to be joined by Mason Salisbury, the catcher. Coach Hudak going to settle the starter down. That's not the kind of start the Kingsmen were hoping for. Here in game 2, coming over with an 8-7 win. And one thing we saw about the Corndogs, they don't stop coming after you. When they can jump out to an early lead, they can be awfully tough. Home plate umpire headed out to the mound to break things up. No visible activity in the Kingsman bullpen that we can discern. Well, the meeting is over. Coach Hudak headed back to the dugout. First base side. Salisbury and the home plate umpire returning to the plate. One out, runner on second. 2-0 ball game. Top of the first, Corndogs in front. Here's the pitch to Louis Hill coming up. It's low for a ball and a nice stop by Salisbury. Trip Boabon taking his time, sets it to belt. Well, there's another wild pitch, and that'll advance the runner down to third for ball 2 on the 59.5 footer. So a couple of wild pitches this inning has equated to a couple of runs for the Corndogs. Drew Wheeler, the second baseman, waiting on deck. Number 6 man in the order. Outside corner, called strike, 2-1 the count. Two-one offering. Misses outside, low and away, 3-1. We'll see how long of a leash Coach Hudak gives Mr. Bullpen. Ball 4. So we've got him on the corners for Drew Wheeler with 1 out here in the top of the first of a 2-0 ball game.
Second baseman number 15, Drew Wheeler.
Wheeler will step in right-hand side of the plate. Anders will hold the runner at first. Third baseman Dyer is even with the bag. Now he'll take a step or two back. Outfield straight away. Runner is being held at first. Tripp sets at the belt from the stretch. Kicks and deals. It's going to be pop foul back behind us for strike 1. One offering coming up. It's foul right straight back toward us. You just heard that bouncing all around. Did not come through the window. You have to have your hands up on those, okay? Got to keep your hands up, hon. We had one come through the window one night at Winthrop Ballpark years ago, and it went right by me and took out the computers with a TV guy behind me. Yeah, that'll get your attention. 1-2 the count. Tripp takes his time from the stretch. Popped him up, foul, out of play. Count all with a ball and 2 strikes. Well, the breeze is staying with us this evening, and it is comfortable. Blowing right out from behind us towards center field. We're in the top of the first. Queen City Corndogs with a 2-0 lead. 1 out, runners in the corners. Outside corner, rung him up. That's just what the doctor ordered. Down looking is Wheeler, and here comes Keontae Booker, the third baseman.
Third baseman number 23, Keontae Booker.
So Booker will step in with runners in the corners and 2 out on the inning. As the Kingsmen will try to stop the bleeding. High and away for a ball. Charlie Davis, the extra hitter, waiting on deck. Booker, the 7th batter of the inning, to face Tripp Bullpen. Fly ball left field, that is stroked, but foul. Nope, it's fair barely. 3-run bomb by Booker. Makes it a 5-0 game. It looked like it was going to hook, and it just leveled out. As Cole Canty just stood, turned, and looked up. It's a 5-0 our score, and here's Charlie Davis, the extra hitter. Has some happy corn dogs at the plate to greet Mr. Booker. Tripp Bullpen got to be probably the most depressed young man in York County about now, as he is just getting shelled. So Davis steps in, the extra hitter, right-hand hitter. I'll take strike one. Low and away for a ball, 1-1 the count. Griffin Pickard waiting on deck, the DH. It's going to be stroke foul, first base side out of play. One and two the count. First base ball for Tripp. Be low in the dirt. Now, did he go around? No, he did not. 2-2 the count. Appealing down to the first base umpire, who says nope. So Davis will step back in. Tripp deals. Well, it's going to take it high and tight for a ball. That looked like he almost went around. Full count. And low and away for ball four. So two-out base runner brings up Griffin Pickard, the number 9 batter of the inning, the DH. And a 5-0 lead for Queen City. This not going at all as planned. Pickard, right-hand hitter, steps in. Swing and a miss, strike one. Five runs on 3 hits so far. A couple of wild pitches. Has not done Tripp Bullpen and the Kingsmen any favors. Lights are on here in York. It's high and away. 1-1 the count. Owen Miller, the number 10 man and catcher, on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at first. Low for a ball. .38 pitches now for Tripp Bullpen, top of the first inning. 3 walks and a strikeout so far. 5 runs on 3 hits. 3-1 the count. Line drive, base hit, right field. Rounding second, heading for third. Throw is cut off. We'll have runners in the corners with 2 outs. And the 2-out single to right center field by Pickard will bring up the number 10 batter of the inning as Davis goes from first to third. And here comes Joe Hudak, and that is probably going to be it for Mr. Bullpen. He's suffered enough as Owen Miller waiting to be introduced, and that is it. Coach Hudak making the call to the bullpen. We'll come back. We'll close the book on Tripp Bullpen. Talk about our new pitcher after this on the Kingsman Baseball Network. 5-0, Queen City in front, top of the first.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today, proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course, that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Well, Jaden Rodriguez will try to put a fire out here in the top of the first inning. Trip Boabon's night is over. He goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 5 runs, of which were earned on 4 hits, walks 3, strikes out 1. And he'll make way now for Mr. Rodriguez, who will try to get the Kingsman out of the inning. As the number 10 man comes up with Owen Miller, the catcher. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, swing and a miss, strike 1. And sometimes it's just not your night. Kingsman back in action on the road Saturday night from Forest City, North Carolina. That's a ball, 1-1 the count. 7:30 first pitch. Our pregame comes your way at 7:15. Griffin Leonard and yours truly will bring you the action as we head into our first official weekend of summer. Low and away, ball 2. And the temperatures have certainly reflected that. We're down to 79 right now. We got up to 92 today. High and well, got the call on his corner. Strike at the letters. 2-2 the count. Rung him up. He certainly did, and that will do it here for the Corndogs in the top of the first, but they have done some serious damage. 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the first with the Kingsmen coming to bat, trailing by a nickel on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With 0 sugar and now even more delicious is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Well, here we go, the bottom of the first. Kingsman with a tall command in front of them, trailing 5-0. It'll be Josh Jackson, Gina Lazari, and Perry Dyer.
Josh Jackson.
to face Hunter Gressel, who's got to be feeling pretty good with a 5-0 lead. So let's see if the Kingsmen can get their bats churning and answer this back. Gressel, tall right-handed pitcher, deals a strike on the outside corner. Popped it up, third baseman charging, catcher. It'll be the third baseman in foul territory for the first out. One up, one down, and here is Gino Lazzari, the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 7, Gino Lazzari.
So Gino step in, left-hand side of the dish. Perry Dyer waiting on deck. It's outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. 5-0 our score. If you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the first. Kingsman trailing. Foul back to the screen. 1-1 the count. Ground ball. First baseman is up with it. He'll flip to the he'll take it to him. He was going to flip to the pitcher, but just went ahead and took it himself. So 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Perry Dyer.
The third baseman, number 5, Perry Dyer.
Perry with the cool walk-up music. Steps in, nobody on, 2 outs, and he slaps that one right at the third baseman, who snares it on the liner, and that'll do it for the Kingsmen. 1, 2, 3, quick order here in the bottom of the first. They trail 5-0 to the Queen City Corndogs on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
Oh, now look who's being fresh. Ow, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
Well, we go to the top of the second inning. 5-0 our score. Corndogs in front. It'll be the top of the order again. Evan McIntyre, Michael Kraft, and Neil Griffin for the Corndogs, who staked themselves to an early 5-0 lead and are looking to add to it. Jaden Rodriguez deals, pop up the right field. There's the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the second.
Right fielder number 4, Michael Kraft.
So Kraft will step in. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Retired 1-3. Pitcher to the first baseman. Inside for a ball. High and tight, ball 2. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the second inning. Kingsman trail 5-0. Strike down the heart of the plate. 2-1 the count. As Kraft was taking all the way. Neil Griffin waiting on deck. It's upstairs, 3-1. Griffin, who launched that double to straightaway center field, drove in a run back in the first. Awaits his turn. 3-1 offering coming up. I went golfing after that and stroked it foul on the third base side. Full count, 3-2. Three-two payoff. Got the outside corner for a called strike. So, second out of the inning. And here is Mr. Griffin, who, as we mentioned, drove in that run with that double to straightaway center field over Vince Stefano's head back in the first. Would later score himself on the double by Jacob Grimes, who is on deck. He'll look at a ball, 1-0 the count. Nobody on, 2 out, top of the second. It's upstairs, 2-0. High, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Jaden Rodriguez in relief. Behind in the count. Slap foul down the third base side. 3-1 the count. Corndogs going through the order a second time here at the top of the second. That's pop foul back behind us. Full count. Nobody on, 2 outs, top of the second. Kingsman trail 5-0. A lot of baseball to be played here tonight. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Kingsman coming off of an 8-7 Game 1 win. It's ball 4 in the dirt. 2 out base runner. We'll bring up Jacob Grimes, the left fielder, who doubled, drove in a run, and would score himself back in that 5-run first inning.
Left fielder number 27, Jacob
Grimes, left-hand hitter, stepping in. Runner being held at first. Modest lead. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Now Rodriguez will step off the rubber, get back up on the mound, sets at the belt. 0-1 offering on the way. There goes the runner down to second on the hit and run, and that'll be a base hit, and that'll advance the runner to third. Taking a turn at first and holding is Grimes, so we've got runners on the corners for Louis Hill, who walked and scored back in the first.
Hitter number 54, Louis Hill.
And down he goes. So the Kingsmen dodge a bullet here as Hill is retired. 3 consecutive pitches, and that'll end the top of the second. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second. Kingsmen with some work cut out for them. They trail 5-0 on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Four, 5, and 6 hitters for the Kingsmen here in the home half of the second. It'll be Vince Santostefano, Ethan Bonacore, and Mason Salisbury to face Hunter Gressel, who is enjoying a 5-0 lead.
Leading off for the Kingsmen, center fielder number 23, Vince Santostefano.
So Vince will step in and try to get something cooking here in the home half of the second inning. Kingsmen down by 5. Gressel deals. Nice breaking ball for a strike. Oh, 1 offering coming up. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And down he goes swinging. First strikeout of the night for Gressel. And that'll bring up Ethan Bonacore, the right fielder.
The right fielder, number 17, Ethan Bonacore.
So Ethan steps in. Gressel looks in, and the pitch. Inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Slap that foul, first base side, 1-1 the count. Kingsmen hit the road for Saturday night under the lights in Owl Country, going up to Forest City, North Carolina. 7:15 pregame. Griffin Leonard and yours truly will be on hand. Swing and a miss. That's going to be pop foul actually back behind us. 1-2 the count. One out of the inning, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the second. Kingsman trail 5-0. It's popped up. Shortstop should make easy work of it on the edge of the grass of the outfield, and it'll be the left fielder actually who will give way and make the put out. For the second out of the inning, and here comes Mason Salisbury.
The catcher, number 28, Mason Salisbury.
Mason steps in. Nobody on, 2 out. Strike in the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Cannon Jackson waiting on deck. Our game 2 extra hitter. It's low in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 the count. It's in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Gressel with a fresh baseball. Looks in. 2-1 offering. Pop that foul back behind us. On the roof. Easy, girl. You're getting a lot of surprises in this one, aren't you? That's popped up. Foul. Out of play. First base side. Further down. 2-2 the count. Nobody on. 2 out. Bottom of the second we are. And the Kingsman trail 5-0. That one misses. Low and away. 3-2. Full count. Russell deals the payoff pitch. Ball 4, he lost him. 2 out base runner for the Kingsmen, their first base runner of the night. That'll bring up Cannon Jackson. The big man launched one last night against the Catawba Valley Stars. And the catcher, Miller, goes out for a meeting on the mound.
Extra hitter, number 50, Cannon Jackson.
That meeting is over. Miller comes back behind the plate as Jackson introduced and will step in with a runner on first. 2 outs in the inning. Kingsman down 5-0. Gressel looks in. Catcher sets up outside part of the plate. Called strike. 0-1 the count. Gets away, but not far enough for the runner to advance. 1-1 the count. Jackson steps back in now. Jack Davis waiting on deck. And there's a fly ball left field. That'll get down and go to the wall. Green light at third. No, now the brakes will be put on as Jackson goes into second with a stand-up double. And the Kingsman dugout, as you hear, with a little something to cheer about here. With 2 outs in the bottom of the second and runners at second and third. So Salisbury around the third is
Designated hitter, number 9, Jack Davis.
Jack Davis will step in. Grimes wastes no time getting that ball back into the infield from left field. Jack, the game 2 DH. It's outside, and that gets past the catcher, and the Kingsman will get a courtesy run right there. Down to third will go Jackson on the wild pitch. Now it's a 5-1 ball game. One 1-0 offering. It's outside, low and away, ball 2. So the Kingsmen break the ice, put a run on the board by whatever means necessary. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. That's slapped out toward right field, but playable, and that will be the third out of the inning as Kraft will corral it. But the Kingsmen put a run on the board. They do it with one hit, no errors and a man left. We've played two. 5-1 our score. Corndogs in front, coming to bat in the top of the third when we return on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Well, to the top of the third inning we go. Kingsmen trail by a score of 5-1 to the Queen City Corndogs, and it'll be Drew Wheeler, Keontae Booker, and Charlie Davis, 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Queen City, to face Jaden Rodriguez, who's now into his second inning of relief. Jaden coming in to nail down the third out of the first inning. So here's Wheeler, who struck out looking back in the first. Rodriguez sets at the belt, kicks and deals, low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Slap foul, out of play. 1-1 the count. Jaden in relief has already struck out 3. He's walked only 1. Has thrown 27 pitches, 16 of which were strikes. That's ball 2 outside. 2-1 the count. Keontae Booker waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Outside, full count. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, he got him. Strikeout number 4 for Jaden, and that'll bring up Keontae Booker, who stroked that 3-run home run back in the first inning.
Second baseman number 15, Drew Wheeler.
It's upstairs for a ball. 2-0 the count. Actually, this is Drew Wheeler. I stand corrected. Ball 3. And ball 4. 4-pitch walk.
Third baseman number 23, Keontae Booker.
Now here's Keontae Booker. The runner goes down to second, and that one just hit him. So that'll bring up Charlie Davis.
Extra hitter number 26, Charlie Davis.
So one out here. That's going to be fouled off. Ground ball flipped to first. First baseman to the pitcher covering, but that'll move everybody up a base.
Designated hitter number 28, Griffin Pickard.
Here's Griffin Pickard. Ground ball foul, third base side for strike one. Top of the third. Corndogs with a 5-1 lead over our Kingsmen. Owen Miller, the number 10 man, waiting on deck. Oh, he just missed with that. Dugout wanted it. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Runners at second and third. Rodriguez trying to close the door. Misses outside. 2-2 the count. Slap foul. Count will hold at 2-2. 5 runs on 5 hits. No errors, but 5 left on tonight for the Corndogs. Inside and rung him up. Strike 3, and the Kingsmen are out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the home half of the third inning. Kingsmen trail 5-1 on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
In the Corndogs third, no runs, no
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight, where the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola.
Well, to the bottom of the third we go. It'll be Cole Canty, Davis Anders, and then the top of the order with Josh Jackson. Kingsman trail by a score of 5-1. As Hunter Gressel taking his tune-up tosses. Very relaxed-looking Queen City team in Game 2 here as they enjoy a 4-run cushion. So here is Cole.
Leading off for the Kingsmen, left fielder number 22, Cole Canty.
Canty steps in, right-hand side of the box. Called strike, outside corner. 0-1 the count. Foul out of play for strike 2. High and tight. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He chased a bad pitch. Down he goes. Strikeout number 2 on the night for Hunter Gressel.
Number 27, Davis Anders.
Davis Anders will step in, the Kingsman first baseman. Right-hand hitter. Swing and a miss, strike one. Russell was just in a zone. He's only thrown 32 pitches. One misses for a ball low, 1-1 the count. Low, 2-1. Nobody on, one out. Bottom of the third. Outside, 3-1. Russell having a little location difficulties himself now. Here in the home half of the third. 3-1 offering. Ball four. Low and away. So one out base runner on top of the order for Josh Jackson, who fouled out to the third baseman his first time up back in the first.
Top of the order for the Kingsmen, second baseman, number 2, Josh Jackson.
Low for a ball. Suddenly Gressel's location has left him. Runner being held at first. One out, one on. It's outside for a ball. That gets past the catcher, but nobody goes anywhere as it takes a nice bounce back toward him. 2-0 the count. Offering coming up. Slap foul out of play. 2-1 the count. Lights are on here in York. Gressel with the 2-1, throws over to first, not in time. Nine and a half footer for ball three. Three and one to count. Runner on first, one out. Gino Lazzari waiting on deck. Josh Jackson fighting it off. Runs it to a full count now. Corndog infield, a double play depth. Stroked out to left center field, and that will get down. Nope. They'll run it down, make the catch. Hung up there just a little bit, or just enough for the center fielder McIntyre to make it over for the putout.
Number 7, Gino Lazzari.
Used up a lot of the ballpark. Andrews got all the way down to second and had the return. So here's Gino, who grounded out to first, his first time up. Left-hand hitter steps in, and he'll shoot that out towards center field, and that'll be a can of corn for McIntyre, and that'll do it for the Kingsmen here in the home half of the third. So no runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. We've played 3. Corndogs with a 5-1 lead over our Kingsmen on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Well, we go to, we go to the top of the fourth. It'll be the number 10 man, Owen Miller, and then the top of the order with Evan McIntyre and Michael Kraft to face Jaden Rodriguez, who's done some pretty yeoman's work here after coming in relief to get the third out of the first inning. Miller, who struck out to end the first, looking, fouls that off onto our roof. Do you need a helmet? You're thinking about it, aren't you? Okay. 0-1 offering on the way. It's called strike. 0-2. Misses for a ball, 1-2 the count. Rodriguez deals outside for a ball. And strike three. That's strikeout number 5 for Jaden. Or excuse me, strikeout number 4 for Jaden.
Center fielder number 2, Evan McIntyre.
So Evan McIntyre, who has walked, scored a run, and flown out to right field, 0 for 1 officially, will step in. It's upstairs for a ball. 1-0 the count. Kingsman hit the road. Saturday night will come your way. 7:15 pregame, 7:30 first pitch to face the Forest City Owls up in North Carolina. About an hour and a half away. It's outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Michael Kraft waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Two-one offering on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Well, Jaden going right after him. Top of the 4th inning, 5-1 our score. Corndogs in front. of that to stay alive. Upstairs for a ball. Full count. Nobody on. One out. Top of the fourth. 5-1 our score. It's been pretty quiet since that first inning, as Rodriguez has kept them in check. And has just done some absolute yeoman's work here. Payoff pitch. Rung him up. He was taking all the way.
Right fielder number 4.
Back-to-back strikeouts make it 3 in a row for Jaden Rodriguez. And here's Michael Kraft, who owns one of the strikeouts in this game of Mr. Rodriguez's, as he now has recorded 5. Kraft, right fielder, is grounded out to the pitcher. And there's a called strike. It's going to be fouled off. 0-2. Nobody on, 2 out. Top of the fourth inning. Kingsman down by 4. It's not insurmountable. Not by any stretch. And did he chase it? No. Well, it was close. 1-2 the count. He was definitely leaning. Jaden looks in. Here's the 1-2 offering. Fly ball, center field. And that'll do it here in the top of the fourth inning. 1-2-3 inning for Jaden Rodriguez and company. They'll come to bat, bottom of the fourth, trailing. But, oh, did they get the hit? See, I was so hopeful. So a 2-out single to left center. So here's Neil Griffin, who was doubled, scored a run, and walked. Griffin in a run. And he takes strike 1. Called strike. 0-2. Two-out base runner with Kraft. Throw over first is not in time. Rodriguez looks in. 0-2 offering coming up, sets at the belt from the stretch. It's upstairs for a ball, 1-2 the count. Throw over to first is not in time, and that gets past the first baseman, and the runner will go down to second, an error. He'll take a turn to second. He ain't slowing down. Throw to third is not in time. Wow. Well, sometimes, if it ain't for bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. Rodriguez will be charged with the error on that throw. And then they'll get strike 3. So, no worse for the wearer. No harm on the foul. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Kingsman trail by a score of 5-1 on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course, that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Well, friends, you know, you do something long enough, and in my case, over 35 years, you think you've seen it all to know you've seen too much. And a most bizarre ending to the top of the 4th. And what it basically comes down to is the old hidden ball trick as Kraft tagged out by the third baseman, Perry Dyer. You know, we had said that the throw was late in getting him on the error as he went from first to third. But Rodriguez was off the mound, so it's a legal play. And quite simply, if you're scoring it, you just score as being tagged out by the third baseman. So that brings us to the bottom of the 4th, and Perry Dyer to start things off, followed by Vince Stefano and Ethan Bonacore. That one's low for ball 1. So you may be trailing on the scoreboard, but you are ahead in the mental war. Swing and a miss late on that, getting around 1-1. And Griffin had to go back and review the tape to make the determination of how that ended. It'll be low, 2-1. That's when you need to isolate and put on the website. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2 the count. Inside for a ball, full count. Perry leading things off here in the home half of the 4th, trying to get a little something going. Got a piece of that to stay alive. Hunter Gressel with 49 pitches. He struck out 2 and walked 2 tonight. Has given up only 1 run on 1 hit. Kingsmen have only stranded 2. There's a base hit to left field. So here's Vince Sanastefano, who has struck out swinging tonight, 0 for 1.
The center fielder, number 23, Vince Santostefano.
Joe Hudak going to come down the line to have a conversation with Vince. We'll see what they put on here. Bouncer to the shortstop. He'll flip the second for one, and that's all they'll get. So fielder's choice. Nice job breaking it up down at second base by Perry. And that'll bring on Ethan Bonacore.
The right fielder, number 17, Ethan Bonacore.
So you're scoring that you can put out on Dyer is 6-4, shortstop to the second baseman. Runner at first, one out for Ethan Bonacore. Ethan tonight has popped out to the left fielder. He'll look at ball one. Bottom of the fourth, Kingsman trying to get something going here. They're down by 4, or 5-1 our score. Throw over to first is not in time. This is inside, 2-0. Mason Salisbury waiting on deck. It's low and away, ball 3, 3-0 the count. Well, a walk is as good as a hit at this stage. There's only been 2 walks tonight by Hunter Gressel. But he has only given up 2 hits. Called strike. As Ethan was taking all the way. 3-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Full count. Chase the pitch in the dirt. 1 out, 1 on. Gressel looks in, sets at the belt. 3-2 payoff. Missed outside for ball 4. I put runners at first and second for Mason Salisbury, who walked his first time up and then scored the Kingsman's only run back in the second. And now a visit to the mound by the Corndogs coach. As Gressel with 57 pitches on his night. Not really in any trouble. This may be more to give his bullpen time to get loosened up. Talk a little defensive strategy with runners at first and second. This is the closest thing to a rally the Kingsmen have had in this game. So that's another point that may be discussed. Now the home plate umpire will come break it up. Hill, Wheeler, Griffin, and Brooker is the infield tonight for the Corndogs in Game 2. The outfield left to right is Grimes, McIntyre, and Kraft. Owen Miller behind the plate. Long conversation now between the umpire and the coach. And that may have been what the whole impetus of this whole thing was. Because now the coach is going from the home plate umpire to the field umpire, and he clearly is not happy about something. Now, they're not animated, but there's a lot of pointing going on. And he just got tossed. Oh, it didn't look very animated, but there was a whole board of directors meeting there, the entire infield and the battery with the coach. And basically, he was just out there to get the attention of the umpire, and he may not have liked it. Now he's still discussing it with the field umpire, but it was the home plate umpire that tossed him. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's arguing, but he's still arguing. But it's all for naught because he got himself tossed from this one. Usually this happens to our guy. But he's been a good boy tonight.
Number 28, Mason Salisbury.
Where's Mason Salisbury, who runners at first and second, and maybe this will be a little momentum swing for the Kingsmen, who are down 5-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Runners at first and second, one out. Gressel looks in. Low for a ball. That's not going to win you any favors either. Cannon Jackson waiting on deck. Fly ball, left field, going back to left fielder. At the wall, reaches up and reels it in. A long fly ball out for the second out of the inning. Well, he gave it a ride. Grimes ran it down.
Hitter, number 50, Cannon Jackson.
Runners stay where they are. Here's Cannon Jackson, who doubled his first time up way back in the second. 2 outs in the inning. Called strike inside corner. Kingsman got to take advantage of this. Gressel deals. It's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, and everybody will move up on the wild pitch. 1-1 the count. One and one the count. Low and away, ball 2, 2-1. Cannon Jackson can change the complexion of this game with one swing of the bat. Gressel looks in. Foul out of play, first base side, 2-2 the count. Kingsman will hit the road as we mentioned. Saturday night we'll head to North Carolina, take on the Forest City Owls. 7:30 first pitch, 7:15 pregame. I'll stroke that foul. Cannon, a tough out. Jack Davis waiting on deck, the DH. And he golfed that and grounds out to end the inning. So the Kingsmen threatened but cannot put anything across in what was their closest opportunity all night.
No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left on.
So we strand a pair. We go to the top of the fifth inning. Kingsman trailing by a score of 5-1 on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Well, here we go to the top of the fifth inning, and delivering the excuse me swing is Neil Griffin, who will pop out to shallow left in the shortstop, Lazari, for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring us to Jacob Grimes, the left fielder, who has doubled and singled, having a 2-for-2 night. Grimes, left-hand hitter, steps in. Looks at a ball low and away. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Called strike. 1-2 the count. Nobody on, one out. Top of the fifth inning. Kingsman trail 5-1. Do one offer coming up. Ground ball, shortstop Lazari up with it. Throw to first. And it's an error. Headlong slide down to second. So E6 on to throw.
Designated hitter number 54, Louis Hill.
Here's Louis Hill. Louis has struck out and walked tonight, scored a run. Foul that one off. All right, easy over there. Piece of that, foul that off. 0-2 the count. Runner at second. One out on the inning. Hill steps out, looks down at third base, where there is no one. There's no coach at first base either. Got a piece of that to stay alive. Nope. Into the glove of the catcher. Salisbury. Rodriguez notches another strikeout, and here's Drew Wheeler with 2 outs and a man at second. Wheeler has walked and struck out looking 0 for 1 officially tonight. Jaden Rodriguez picking up strikeout number 7. It's upstairs for a ball. Top of the 5th inning. Kingsman trail 5-1. Outside corner called strike, 1-1 the count. Rodriguez at 62 pitches now. Two and one. Upstairs for a ball, actually over the head of the catcher. Taking a turn at third, but holding on the wild pitch. Runner at third, 2 out. Top of the 5th, 5-1 our score. Corndogs in front. 3-1 offering. Fly ball. And put out by the second baseman in shallow right. So that will do it for Queen City here in the top of the 5th inning. They get a man as far as third, but can't do anything with it. Our score will remain 5-1. Queen City Corndogs in front of the Kingsmen. Bottom of the order coming up when we return. Jack Davis, Cole Canty, and Davis Anders on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim...
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With 0 sugar and now even more delicious is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rockville Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
I don't know that I can find the words to express my disappointment, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we were going to have a real Harry Carey moment up here in the booth with Griffin Leonard as we're having our middle of the 5th inning stretch, and I really thought he was going to hang out the window and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I mean, he threatened to. I mean, you know, but I'm afraid we're not able to bring that to you. It's been a slow news week, you know, locally.
Leading off for the Kingsmen, designated hitter number 9, Jack Davis.
Griffin hailing the public address duties in Game 2. He and I will be on the road Saturday night with you. So we head up to Forest City, North Carolina to face the Owls. 7:15 pregame, 7:30 first pitch. Kingsmen right now have some work to do here in the bottom of the 5th as Jack Davis will come up as they're down 5-1 to the Queen City Corndogs. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball one. That brings the third baseman Booker charging in. Outside, ball two. Davis tonight has flown out to right field in one trip to the plate. Called strike outside. Kingsman dugout not crazy about that. They thought he had checked it. Misses. Ball three. 3-1 the count. And ball four. Leadoff man aboard for the Kingsmen. Here in the home half of the fifth, that'll bring up Cole Canty, who struck out swinging his first time up.
The left fielder, number 22, Cole Canty.
We've talked before about how this bottom part of the lineup can be very, very dangerous with the Kingsmen. We can only hope at this point. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Runner at first, nobody out. Home half of the fifth. Gressel deals, swing and a miss. Chase one into the dirt. 0-2. Davis Anders, the first baseman, waiting on deck. Canty went down swinging to start things off back in the third. 0-2 offering on the way. Got a piece of that to stay alive. And a wild pitch will move the runner down to second. 1-2 the count. Fresh baseball for Hunter Gressel. That misses. 2-2. Gressel checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And ball four. Well, that's right, ball three, excuse me. Yeah, he is. A number of us are. I thought it was ball four. Joe Hudak's going to have a conversation with the field umpire. He may have been lost on the count as well. We've got a full count now. Home plate umpire, he's going to make his way out there. And Joe sees that out the corner of his eye. He'll go back to the third base box. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cole Canty. Runner at second, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. Kingsman down by 4. They trail 5-1. The pitch. That hit him. And that caught him on the wrist. No, I didn't hit the bat. That hit him. Pitcher tried to sell it. But that's hit by the pitch. Ball rolled out there, and the pitcher picked it up and threw to first like it was hit. But nobody's buying that. So this is how it starts. Runners at first and second. Here comes the coach out for the Corndogs, and Russell may be approaching the end of his night, and he is. So we'll have a pitching change. We'll come back and close the book on Hunter Gressel. Talk about our new pitcher after this on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball.
Well, Will Hanson, the right-hander, will take over here in the 5th inning. Hunter Gressel goes 4 innings, gives up 1 run that was earned on 2 hits. He walked 4, strikes out 2, and is looking at a win if things continue as they are. Well, we have runners at first and second and nobody out for Davis Anders, the first baseman, at the top of the order, waiting on deck with Josh Jackson.
The first baseman, number 27, Davis Anders.
So Davis will step in. He walked tonight, his one and only trip to the plate. Runners are not being held. Infield is back, outfield is straight away. Hanson delivers. Outside, ball 1. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. That's slapped down the left field line, and that will drop for a base hit. Green light at third. Run number 2 comes in. And a stand-up RBI double for Davis Anders. And suddenly, this thing is back within reach. So Jack Davis comes around. Cole Canty goes from first to third. That one was inside the left field line. And top of the order with Josh Jackson, who was flown out twice. Actually fouled out to the third baseman and flew out to the center fielder. 0 for 2 with runners at second and third. In what is now a 5-2 ball game, so he represents the tying run. Ground ball past everybody, smothered by the shortstop, throws to first. He will not get him. No, he does. Are you serious? Everybody held. Wow. It was a bang-bang play, but I'm not so sure.
The shortstop, number 7, Gino Lazzari.
So Canny stays put at third. Andrews stays put at second. One out. Here's Gino Lazzari. Gino tonight is grounded out and flown out. It's inside for a ball. It's foul. 1-1 the count. Perry Dwyer waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Golden opportunity for the Kingsmen. Down 5-2. Lazzari represents the tying run. One out on the inning. Runners at second and third. 2-2. Whipping curve is low, full count. Well, approaching the power part of the order. Three-two payoff, pitch on the way. Hot shot. There's the shortstop again. And all you can do is smother it. That'll be an infield single with an RBI attached to it. The runner will hold at second. So Canny comes in. Anders stays put. Quite a night for Neil Griffin, the shortstop, though.
Number 5, Perry Dyer.
So now it's a 5-3 ball game as this thing's starting to get more in reach in the home half of the fifth. And here's Perry Dyer. Tying run is at first with Lazzari. And Santo Stefano waiting on deck. Strike one. Strike two. Runners at first and second. One out. Infield is set at double play depth. There's a wild pitch, and that'll move everybody up. 1-2 the count. So Andrews down to third. Lazzari down to second. One-two pitch coming up. Another wild pitch, and here comes run number 4. And I tell you, Hansen is having his difficulties with location. 2-2 the count. And suddenly we got us a 1-run ball game as Andrews comes in. 5-4 our score. Fly ball. Popped up. And we got a tie ball game. Sack fly ties it. Lazari comes in. Bases are empty for Vince Santostefano.
Vince Santostefano.
Well, friends, we may be here a while. Fly ball, that's a gapper. That's going to be trouble and extra bases for Vince. Rounding first, he's motoring into second with a stand-up double. Go-ahead run is at second. And here comes Ethan Bonacore. Well, Vince shot it into the gap. And now you're in the heart of the order with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters waiting.
The right fielder, number 17, Ethan Bonacore.
Big 4-run 5th inning for the Kingsmen. Bonacore steps in. Hanson deals. Shows a bunt, pulls it back. Takes ball 1. Low and away, ball 2. Hanson having some problems with his location. Called strike, 2-1 to count. Comebacker up the middle. And they'll get him at first. That'll do it. But the Kingsmen climb all the way back into this thing and tie it at 5 as we go to the top of the 6th on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
Oh, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Well, we go to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Keontae Booker, Charlie Davis, and Griffin Pickard to face Jaden Rodriguez. Booker tonight is homered, driven in 3 runs, had that 3-run bomb, and hit by a pitch. We are tied at 5 in the top of the 6th. Now Salisbury will make a little trip out to the mound. So Booker will step in. He goes around, strike one. So 0-1 the count. Goes around after that, strike two. He's just up there chasing some bad pitches. That one misses low and away. He lays off. 1-2 the count. Rung him up. Strikeout number 8 for Jaden Rodriguez. Tied at 5 in the top of the 6th.
Hitter number 26, Charlie.
Kingsmen were down 5-0 and have come roaring back to tie it. This is Charlie Davis, but we got a timeout as the third base coach talking things over with the umpires. Well, I'm not sure what this is. Base coaches are talking to the umpiring crew along the third baseline. The conversation's over. Home plate umpire's got a pad and paper pencil in his hands. You don't stop a game in the middle of it to discuss substitutions. Well, Davis takes his helmet off. He steps out of the batter's box. So I know what this is about. What our hold-up here is. All right, now he'll step back in. It's just a waste of time. All right, we're ready to go. Jaden Rodriguez kicks and deals. Inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Outside misses. 2-0. Now here comes Joe Hudak. Rodriguez is at 71 pitches. He's going to make a change, so we'll step aside, come back, close the book on Jaden Rodriguez on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball. Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Well, Zane Davis will take over for a second time today, making his second appearance. Taking a look at the numbers for Jaden Rodriguez. He came on back in the first and has worked 4 in the third. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 8, and will not be involved in a decision in spite of his efforts, but Zane Davis could be. Boucher, third baseman, up with it. Throw to first. And a throwing error by the third baseman. And hopping is the runner, Davis. So E5. So no worse for the wear apparently is Charlie Davis. Harry Dyer charged with the throwing error.
Designated hitter number 28.
So 1 out, 1 on, top of the 6th. Runner being held at first by Anders. Zane Davis deals. Ball 1. To the batter, Griffin Pickard. Ground ball, third baseman Dyer goes to first. 2 outs on the inning. That'll bring up Owen Miller, the number 10 man.
The catcher, number 33, Hunter Bosk.
Well, let's change that to Hunter Bach. Ball 1. Wild pitch puts the runner down to third. One 0 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 to count. Go ahead, runners at third for the Corndogs. We're tied at 5. Chopper to the second baseman, takes it on the hop, throws to first, and that will do it. Kingsmen are out of the inning unscathed. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. We've played 5.5. We go to the bottom of 6, tied at 5 on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course, it's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola.
Well, here we go. The home half of the sixth inning, tied at 5. It'll be Mason Salisbury, Cannon Jackson, and Jack Davis on to face Will Hansen.
Leading off for the Kingsmen, the catcher, number 28, Mason Salisbury.
So Mason will step in. He's walked, scored a run, and thrown out tonight, 0 for 1. Kingsman looking to pull off a stunner, and there's a fly ball. So base hit. That's how you want to start. So here's Cannon Jackson. The big man has doubled and grounded out.
Jackson.
Shows a bunt and lays down a beauty. They'll move the runner down to second. That's oh, man. Oh, that's too good.
The designated hitter, number 9, Jack Davis.
I think Hansen was shocked by that. I know we were. Here's Jack Davis with a runner at second, 1 out on the inning. It's fouled off for strike 1. Bottom of the 6th, we're tied at 5. Kingsmen were down 5-0 in this game and have climbed back to tie it. And now they're looking to sweep tonight's doubleheader and make it 4 in a row over 2 days. Hansen called strike inside part of the plate. 0-2 the count. On deck is Cole Canty. Jack has walked, scored a run, and flown out to center field, and that is outside, and it's a wild pitch, and down to third goes the runner. 1-2 the count. Well, you take it however you can get it, and if that's the way they're going to give it to us, that's the way we're going to take it. Runner at third with 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Jack Davis. All Jack's got to do is put it in the outfield. Infielders on the grass. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring up Cole Canty. Cole tonight has been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and struck out swinging. He's 0 for 1 technically. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Hansen sets at the belt. Strike 1. Outside corner. On deck, Davis Anders. That almost got away. 1-1 the count. Nice job by Hunter Bust, the catcher. Line right at the shortstop. That'll kill it right there. So the Kingsmen threaten but cannot do anything with it. as they strand the go-ahead runner at third on the line drive to the shortstop. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the top of the 7th inning, tied at 5, and the top of the order on the way for the Queen City Corndogs on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Well, who wants it more? Anybody? Show of hands. Top of the 7th we go. Top of the order for the Corndogs. Evan McIntyre, Michael Kraft, and Neil Griffin tied at 5.
Number 2, Evan McIntyre.
McIntyre tonight has walked, scored a run, flown out to right field, and struck out looking 0 for 2 officially. Zane Davis looking to put him back on the bench. Zane deals. Strike. Fastball. Outside corner, called strike. 0-2 hole for Evan McIntyre, the center fielder. Now's where we get him to chase one. Davis takes his time. Now the batter will step out. Missed outside. 1-2 the count. Pop foul on the first base side, out of play. 1-2 the count. That was close. 2-2. Michael Kraft waiting on deck. 2-2 offering. Low and away, full count. Comebacker to the pitcher. Underhand toss to first for the first out. 1 up, 1 out. Here is Michael Kraft. Michael tonight has grounded out to the pitcher, struck out, looking, and singled.
Right fielder number 4, Michael Kraft.
So Kraft steps in. Inside, ball 1. Neil Griffin waiting on deck. Top of the order for the Corndogs. Ground ball, shortstop Lazari up with it. Throw to first, and that almost pulls Anders off the bag, but he hangs in there for the second out. Balls hit to the shortstops tonight have been adventures. So retire him 6-3.
The shortstop, number 3, Neil Griffin.
Speaking of shortstops, here's theirs, Neil Griffin. Neil tonight has doubled, scored a run, walked, and popped up to the shortstop. He takes strike one, or ball one. One-0 offering. Called strike. 1-1 the count, nobody on, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Low for a ball, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Rung him up, 3 up, 3 down, top of the 7th. Kingsman coming to bat, can end it all with a run. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 5. It'll be Davis Anders, Josh Jackson, and Gino Lazzari scheduled up when we return on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
Oh, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rockville Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Well, we're tied at 5. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And just a Kingsman run can send us all home. Or we're going to have some free baseball. But that's going to be determined this inning. Davis Anders, the number 10 man, will start it off. And then the top of the order with Josh Jackson and Gino Lazzari to face Will Hansen, who has been up and down, so we'll see if they can jump on him and jump on him quick. Anders tonight has doubled, driven in a run, scored a run, and walked. He's officially 1 for 1.
Oh, Indiana's just been disappointing a bit. Huh? You said they were down under F60. And then Pacers as well. 90. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm doing just fine.
Did they win? They weren't even supposed to be in it, all the experts said. Talking about the Indiana Pacers, who I'm rather proud of, and I'm pulling for personally. I like the underdog. 2-0 the count. That's low, ball 3. Keep an eye on that for me, dear. Outside, 4-pitch walk. Here we go. Winning run is aboard. And the top of the order, and Josh Jackson, who's having an 0 for 3 night. So, Josh, you're due, my brother. And here comes the Corndog coach. This may be it for Hansen. Yeah, he's taking the ball. All right, we're going to have a change. We'll come back, close the book on Will Hansen. talk about our new pitcher after this on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. The best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Well, what we do know is that Hansen is out. What we don't know is who is in, because this guy's not listed on the roster with the number that he's wearing.
Now batting for the Kingsmen, second baseman, number 2, Josh Jackson.
Well, we got to have somebody. Well, there's a wild pitch. That'll move the runner down to second. And ball one. So runners in scoring position. 1-0 the count to Josh Jackson. I'm going to guess this is Tristan Potts. And ball two. Two and 0 count on the way to Josh Jackson. Foul back to the screen. 2-1 the count. Gino Lazzari waiting on deck. Gino with a single and a ribby tonight. High and tight. 3-1. Ball four. Here we go. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Gino. Gino tonight is grounded out to the first baseman, flown out to center field, single, driven in a run, and scored a run. And now another trip to the mound by the Corndog coach. I don't know if he's going to make a change with this guy only facing two batters, but they are definitely going to talk a little defensive strategy because you got nobody out and runners at first and second, and that is a fast meeting. It gives Joe Hudak a chance to talk to Gino Lazzari. Gino, left-hand hitter, stepping in to face the right-handed pitcher. So here we go. Showing bunt. Pulls it back. High. Ball one. Is it me or is this guy all over the place? I mean, seriously. He's thrown 6 pitches and 5 of them have been balls. Shows a bunt. Called strike. 1-1 the count. Exterior infielders are on the grass. Middle infielders are back. He's showing bunt again. First baseman creeping down the line. Now he'll back off. And almost a wild pitch. Ball 2. Doesn't get very far before Busk can round it up. The Queen City catcher. 2-1 offering on the way. Showing bunt. It's high and away. 3-1. I got no problem with him walking in the winning run. 3-1 offering coming up. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Here we go. Slap foul. Full count. So he's got to make a pitch now. And the heat is on. Swing and a miss. He got him. 1 out on the inning. Here's Perry Dyer. Perry is lined out, singled, and the sac fly, picking up an RBI back in the 5th.
The third baseman, number 5, Perry Dyer.
You got Vince Sanostefano waiting on deck. So, I mean, this is the matchup that you want. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters do up and swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 out, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Oh, whoever this guy is, he certainly settled himself down. 0-2 the count to Perry. Fly ball. Shortstop takes the soft liner, and everybody stays where they are. 2 outs in the inning. Anders stays at second. Jackson stays at first.
Fielder number 23, Vince Sanostefano.
Well, Vince tonight has doubled, hit into a fielder's choice, and struck out swinging. So he'll step in. Runners at first and second. Outside corner, called strike. Bottom of the 7th. Tied at 5. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ethan Bonacore waiting on deck. Runners are not being held. Infielders are back. And he's out on the ground ball. Well, We stranded 2, could not plate anything. We go to the top of the 8th when we return, tied at 5 on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight, for the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsman Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Well, here we go, the top of the 8th inning. Tied at 5. And now the heart of the Queen City order is due up with Jacob Grimes, Louis Hill, and Drew Wheeler, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Grimes tonight has doubled, scored a run, driven in a run, singled, and reached on an error to the shortstop. So he's been a base runner every time up. As Zane Davis will try to make sure of him, and that's outside for a ball. Called strike, 1-1 to count. Two and one outside. Davis looks in. 3-1. Slapped out to left field. Coming over, tracking it is Canty, and there's the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Louis Hill.
Designated hitter number 50.
Louis tonight has struck out twice and walked, scored a run back in the first. Inside corner, called strike. Zane looks in. Here's the 0-1. Low and away for a ball. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Drew Wheeler waiting on deck. Nobody on, one out, top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Second strikeout of the night for Zane Davis. And that'll bring up Drew Wheeler. Drew tonight has struck out looking in the first, walked, and popped up to the second baseman. Called strike. 0-1 the count. Grounded to the first baseman. He'll step on the bag, and that is it. 3 up, 3 down go the Corndogs in the top of the 8th. Tied at 5. Kingsman, when we return, will send to the plate as soon as we get this pulled around here for you on the old computer. The middle of their order, Ethan Bonacor, Mason Salisbury, and Cannon Jackson, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
Oh, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsman Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsman Baseball.
Lead off for the Kingsmen, the right fielder, number 17.
On bottom of the 8th we go. Here's Ethan Bonacor, who was walked, grounded out, and popped up to the left fielder. Fly ball, center field, shallow center. That'll drop in for a base hit. So leadoff man is aboard. And that'll bring up Mason Salisbury. Mason tonight has walked, scored a run, flown out to left field, and singled. 1 for 2 officially. So Mason will step in, looks down at Joe Hudak at third, who puts on the signals. Potts looks in. There goes the runner down to second. The throw is way off the mark, and in a stolen base, and ball 1. One and 0 the count. Showing butt and fouls that one off. 1-1 the count. Wild pitch. The runner will move down to third. 2-1 the count. Well, here we go. Winning run 90 feet away with nobody out. Tied at 5. Bottom of the 8th. Runner at third. Here's the 2-run offering. Called strike. 2-2 the count. Nobody out. Kingsman in the catbird seat. High and tight, full count. Infielders in on the grass. Fouled off. Count a hold at 3-2. This game Game now 2 hours and 50 minutes old. Ball 4, low and away. Runners in the corners for the Kingsmen for Cannon Jackson, who was doubled and grounded out twice. This is just the guy you want.
Number 50, Cannon Jackson.
He looks down to Joe Hudak at third. Now, what was interesting about that ground out back in the sixth was he laid down a bunt. And the middle infielders are on the grass. First baseman is holding a runner. There goes the runner down to second. Swing and a miss. They'll let him have it. Defensive indifference. That'll open up first base. Bonacore stays at third. 0-1 offering on the way to Jackson. Outside corner, called strike. 0-2 the count. Jack Davis waiting on deck, the DH. Number 8 man in the order. We get to that dangerous bottom of the order of the Kingsmen. And rung him up. Got him looking. So with one out, runners at second and third. Here's Jack Davis, the DH, who was flown out to right field, walked, scored a run, and struck out.
The designated hitter.
And a fly ball right now can send everybody home happy. Intentional walk here to Davis.
After the
So this loads him.
The left fielder, number 20.
Here's Cole Canty, who's been hit by a pitch, lined out, and struck out swinging. And Cole's going to have a conversation with Joe Hudak. So bases full of Kingsmen. One out on the inning. And nowhere to put Cole Canty. And now a quick meeting between Hunter Busk, the catcher, and his pitcher, who we still don't know who that is. Cole steps in. Ball 1 low. Well, the Corndogs playing with fire here with the bases loaded and one out. Because if it's a ground ball, they got to come to the plate. That's going to be a called strike. And if it's a fly ball, they got to come to the plate. And a walk will end it. 1-1 the count. Held back in a swing. They say no. 2-1 the count. Cole steps out, looks down to third base coach Hudak, gets back in. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2 the count. Davis Anders on deck. 2-2 offering on the way. That's low, full count. And you can hear the Kingsman dugout. Full count to Cole Canty with the bases loaded and one out. Tied at 5. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, the game is over. The Kingsmen on a walk-off walk, take an 8-7 lead. We'll come back and wrap it up after this on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsman Baseball.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Well, the Kingsmen take a sweep again tonight, winning 4 in a row with a 6-5 walk-off win in extra innings over the Queen City Corndogs. Winning pitcher is Zane Davis. This game took 3 hours in which to play. We're back with you Saturday night, Griffin Leonard and myself, as we hit the road to Forest City, North Carolina, to take on the Owls. 7:15 pregame, 7:30 first pitch. We know that you like the outcome of this one. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For my partner, Griffin Leonard, I'm Stephen Stone. Good night from York Comprehensive High School.
This has been Kingsman Baseball.
Fly ball center fielder on the run. He can't get to it. That's going to roll to the wall. It'll be extra bases.
Kingsman Baseball has been brought to you by Substation 2, Cherry Road, Rock Hill, across from Winthrop University. Slice, 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 garden, garden, garden. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. Olive Garden, when you're here, your family. Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Open Happiness. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. And by Chick-fil-A, Cherry Road, Rock Hill.
High fly ball, deep left. That thing is smoke. You got to have a passport to catch that.
Join us next time for Kingsman Baseball, here on the Kingsman Baseball Radio Network. Thanks for listening.